Candidacy has hit a stumbling block. His candidacy has been rejected by the Central Electoral Commission. I discussed this earlier with RT's Igor Zdanov. Igor, it's been a bit of an ongoing story, hasn't it? People uncertain whether he would be allowed to run, whether he wouldn't be. What was the stated reason for the rejection officially?
Well, Dan, the irony of this whole story is Alexei Navalny has been basking in the love of Western politicians and Western media outlets, but really today's decision shouldn't have come as a surprise to anybody. In fact, it should have been seen from miles and miles and miles away, because there's a federal law in Russia that unequivocally prohibits, and I quote, a citizen of the Russian Federation shall not be entitled to be elected if they have a conviction of a grave crime. And this is exactly what Alexei Navalny has. He has been found guilty of embezzlement earlier this year when he was serving as an advisor to one of the Russian governors. He's in fact still serving a 5-year suspended sentence. He is calling this verdict, this ruling, politically motivated, and that it was designed specifically to prevent him from running in the election.
And what's next for Alexei Navalny? He's saying people have to boycott the election, but it's likely he's going to continue his opposition activities, isn't it? Well,
yeah, talking about a plan B, he doesn't really... Of course, some analysts suggest that he does have a legal option. He can battle the court ruling at the Constitutional Court of Russia. But really, so far, he has only been calling to boycott the election altogether. Have a listen.
We have a plan. It's ready. We're declaring a voters' strike. We're calling on everyone to boycott this election. We will not accept its result. We're launching a large-scale national strike campaign, which will not only include campaigning against the election, but also monitoring voter turnout.
Navalny was viewed by many as sort of the only, if you like, real opposition candidate to Putin.
This is true if you read British and American media outlets, because take Sunday. It was the day when Alexei Navalny filed in his documents to the election committee. There were dozens, literally dozens of people who did the same thing on that very day. Look at the headlines. They're all screaming Navalny is going to be the Putin's nemesis at the election, not a mention of anybody other there. If you look at the public support of the opposition, over the weekend, hundreds of people gathered and protested in an opposition-backed action in favor of what they call fair election. But if you compare that to, say, 2011, there were tens of thousands of people who backed the very same cause. And Alexei Navalny, he's of course among the bigger fish in the pond, but his rating right now stands at 1.8%, a figure he would certainly